I can't even imagine adding another kid to this craziness, but hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Maggie Rose back with another video for you. I just wanted to reintroduce myself to you guys because I figured a lot of you are new, and so I wanted to do something like a Q&A to kind of have you get to know me a little bit. I'm going to set a timer on my phone and answer as many questions as I can. Just kidding, like my channel's big enough for that to happen. I don't have that many questions because not that many people have asked me questions. Oh well. So let's try to find the questions that I do have. Okay, my first question is, do you prefer winter or summer? Oh, and I have no idea what kind of questions these are going to be. I told people to ask me anything, so here goes nothing. So winter or summer? I have to say winter. Main reason being, I hate bugs. That is honestly the reason why I would choose winter over summer, is because there's like hardly any bugs out in the winter time. And also, I love snow and I don't mind the cold. I like it in the winter because if I get hot, I can just go outside and cool down. And also, I would love to go outside and just lay in the snow because it seems like the world is just so much quieter and calmer whenever the snow is covering everything and kind of like mutes the sound of the world. Does that make sense? I don't know. You just have to try it. If you have never done that before, you need to do it because it honestly just seems like everything is so quiet and I love it. Okay, so the next time we have a big snow, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make Hunter watch the kids so I can just go outside, honestly, and lay in the snow for 10 minutes. That is like my dream this winter, is to do that. Next question. Do you like traveling, and where have you traveled to, and where would you like to travel? I do love to travel, and it's a little harder now with kids, but I love to travel with my husband. So Hunter, oh, and if you don't know, probably should have done this at the beginning, but my name is Maggie Rose. My husband's name is Hunter, and we have two kids, Aria and Malachi, but most of you probably already know that. Hunter and I are high school sweethearts. We met when I was 14. I started to fall for him when I was 15. We started dating at 16, got engaged at 19, married at 21, and here we are today at 25, and we have two kids. But anyway, whenever Hunter started at his job, he was in this traveling program, and one of the trips that he had to take was to Sweden. So we went over to Sweden together for about 3 months, and we came home pregnant with Aria. But because we were in Sweden for that long, it kind of got me used to the European lifestyle, I guess. And it's just really neat to see, and it kind of makes you appreciate your hometown more whenever you see that how differently people are living their lives, and it just gives you more of an appreciation for calling home home. But it also made me kind of fall in love with European culture, and I would love to go back to Europe. I would love to go to Ireland. Or no, I've been to Ireland. Sorry. I would love to go to Scotland. I am Scot-Irish / English / maybe a little bit German. I don't know. So I do have some Scottish in me, and I would love to go to Scotland, and I would love to go to Iceland. Honestly, I would like to go back to Norway because that was one of my favorite places that I've been. So if you don't know, I've been to Sweden, Ireland, Paris, Norway, and Budapest. Oh, and Germany. Those are the places out of the country that I've been. I would also like to go to Alaska, Scotland, Iceland, Spain, Greece. Oh, and one thing I've always kind of wanted to do, but I'm kind of afraid because I know that it's like a hostile place to go, I guess. I would love to go to Israel and walk where Jesus walked. I would love to do that. That is one of my things that I would love to see in my lifetime. Okay, next question. What is your favorite thing about being a mama of two? I don't know. That's a hard one. I just think it's cool that I can make two different kids that are completely different. Malachi's personality is not quite here yet, but you can see that he's starting to become a little person. And I think the most exciting thing is to see your kids grow up and to experience how their personalities are shaped and formed. And I just love watching their personalities come to life, I guess. Next question. So I ask for these questions through my Instagram stories. So if you guys want to ask me questions for future Q&As, I'm planning on doing a Q&A with Hunter at some point. So stay tuned for that, but make sure you follow me on Instagram so you can see when I ask questions. How do you cope with being home with babies all day? First time mom, and it's hard for me. yeah, it's hard for me too. And I am technically a second time mom, I guess. Is that what it's called? I don't know. But it's still hard, and I am still struggling to come up with some sort of routine. But I think that is the key word that keeps me sane, is routine. And I am still struggling with that. I am not a routine type person. I am very much an impromptu person. So whenever I have to kind of create a schedule for my kids to be on to keep my life together, it's very hard for me. But when I do try to stick to a schedule, I do notice things go a little bit smoother during my day. One other big thing is exercise, and I do not always have time to exercise, and people are always like, you can make time for anything. Yeah, whatever. Try to have 2 kids under 2. Sorry. But yeah, so sometimes there just is not time to exercise. And that is one thing that when I do find that I have the time for it, I try to do it. Even if the dishes need done or the laundry needs done, I try to take 20 minutes to exercise, because then it motivates me to do more things throughout the day. So I did that today, and look at me now. I'm recording a video, and I started 2 loads of laundry already. They'll probably won't get folded until next week, but I started them, and I am in a better mood today because I finally exercised, and I don't feel like a fat lard today. So yay me! But yeah, so that's what I suggest. Just try to do something for you. Try to either exercise, get out of the house. Don't get sucked into the hole of just sitting on the couch and like thinking about all you have to do and being so overwhelmed that you don't actually do anything, because I've been there. So try to get up and do something, and try to also be present with your kids and play with them, because then that makes me happier too. What camera do you use for your videos? I actually got this question twice. I actually just got a new camera because my other one was broken. We found this camera. It's a Canon EOS M50, and we found it on Amazon, and I will put the link in the description box below for you guys if you want to check it out. But it came with the lens and the body, because they come separately. So the body of the camera and a lens and a strap and a charger and a battery, and it was pretty decently priced for a really nice camera. And I'm telling you what, man, this is like the nicest camera I have ever owned. I highly recommend, if you have a YouTube channel or if you are into photography or videography, this camera is a little bit more geared toward the videography side of things. This is an amazing camera. I highly recommend it. So the link is in the description box for you guys. Okay, another question is, when do you plan on having another kid? How many do you want? So, I don't know. After I had Malachi, I was like, this is it. I only want 2. This is crazy. I don't want to have another pregnancy. Pregnancy is very hard for me mentally with my body image. But looking back on my pregnancy pictures now, I'm like, I actually looked kind of cute pregnant. But when I was pregnant, I felt huge and fat and gross and just not okay. And like, pregnancy is really hard on me mentally towards the end of it. Labor and delivery wasn't even that bad either. But the thing that made me not want to have another kid after Malachi was how hard it is taking care of 2 kids. Like, it's so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Just little things like getting the mail and having to hold a baby, a package, a couple pieces of mail, a stroller, and a baby doll all in one arm because your toddler's throwing a fit in the other arm. So there's just those things that I just never thought would be so hard to just go get the mail. Seems so simple. That has been the hardest thing for me, so I can't even imagine adding another kid to this craziness, but I go back and forth and Hunter goes back and forth. If we do plan on having more children, we would probably wait till Malachi's at least 2 or 3 before we start trying. But I would say maximum kids for us would be 4. I don't know. I can't even imagine having 4 kids right now, so that's kind of like driving me crazy. I would say between 2 and 4 kids. So either we're stopping now or we're stopping after 4. So we'll see what God's plan is for us, but I don't know. I just don't want to think about that right now. And somebody said, where are you from? Love the red hair. I would like to think that I'm Irish and Scottish, but my mom's father was adopted and we are not sure if he was English or Irish. So I like to just pretend that he's Irish so I can say that I'm Scotch-Irish. I probably have a little bit of Irish in there somewhere, but I'm probably more Scottish and English than anything else. My dad's side is Scottish. Any of you out there from Ireland and Scotland, I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. Oh, this is a good question. How much sleep do you get versus how much do you need to be functional and pleasant? That's funny. Okay, so when Malachi was first born, we were barely getting any sleep. Well, Hunter was getting more sleep than me, but I was barely getting any sleep. But now, I probably get a couple of 3-hour stretches at night, so I'm probably sleeping consistently between 5 and 7 hours at night, but it's not straight through. And for me to be functional and pleasant, I need about a 5-hour uninterrupted sleep. I can be kind of pleasant on the sleep that I'm getting now, but when Malachi sleeps for a longer stretch at night for me and lets me sleep for 5 hours, like he did last night, you see how happy and pleasant I'm being right now? That's because I got a 5-hour stretch of sleep, guys. Yeah, so typically I don't get a 5-hour stretch of sleep without him waking up, but when he does give that to me, I am noticeably happier throughout the day. But it's not like I'm in a really bad mood when he doesn't give me a 5-hour stretch. I can still act pleasant and happy and excited with my kids, but when they're not looking, I'm like... So it's just kind of a balancing act. You just gotta pretend to be happy for your kids. But I honestly don't know what an 8-hour stretch of sleep would do to me because I haven't had that in about 3 months. So I don't remember what I'm like when I have more sleep than 5 hours. Some days are worse than others with sleep, and some days my attitude really shows in my attitude. But I do try to, like I said, pretend to be happy for the kids. And I know that sounds terrible and it sounds like I'm not happy when I'm with them, but they do honestly make me happy. But I do pretend sometimes for their benefit, because if I show them how exhausted and tired and grumpy I am, they take it on. They seem to like group to my feelings. If Hunter's in a bad mood, they can still be happy. What the heck? Like, why is it always the mom who decides the attitude of the household? I don't understand that. Happy mom, happy family. Which kind of stinks because that puts a lot of pressure on the mommy. So that is all the questions that I could find, and again, I will love to do one of these maybe closer to Valentine's Day. I'll do one with Hunter and do a Q&A with him. So get thinking of those questions, and then make sure you check my Instagram stories around that time so you can get your questions into us. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this Q&A, get to know me type video, and I'll see you guys next time for another video. Keep smiling, keep finding the joy. Bye! My Hunter's name is Husband. There's a smushed blueberry on my carpet. Oh my gosh, my butt. Is it? I'm sore. Oh, nope, it's not sore. It's numb now. M-I-C-K-E-Y M-O-U-S-E M-I-C-K-E-Y M-O-U-S-E. That is my life now.